are you all doing? Good morning, good afternoon, wherever you guys are in the world. Today is the day that Mars governs, and Mars is currently at the 11th degree of Virgo. Mars is also in a trine with Uranus, which is in Taurus. So we have this earth energy, and we have this earth energy that is, oh gosh. So let me say, Mars in Virgo is the energy that has us questioning our habits, our eating habits, our daily practices, how we live our lives on a daily basis, how we interact with people, our work. It has us really looking at our connection to mentors in our lives, people that we are looking to for guidance and leadership. Mars in Virgo is the energy of action. It is assertion. It is about really, moving yourself forward in a new direction. And Virgo is saying that it's time to really integrate. Because we're in this new energy, the thing that's so important, okay, let me see. So the thing that's so important to understand about the time that we're living in right now is that the old regime, the old ways of being are collapsing, dying, self-destructing, exploding, ending, right? And so as the old comes undone, it's almost like we have to build a new reality while the old one is coming undone. So it's almost like if you have a home and it's made of bricks and you're going to deconstruct it, right? You're going to deconstruct that home with the bricks, and then you're going to take those very foundational materials and rebuild an entirely different home. That's all we're doing. That's really it. That's all we're doing. But what does that look like personally inside of you? What kind of actions have you been taking that created your life in the way that it was, right? So for me, personally, I am a Virgo, and Virgo is the healer. And I had been using my energy. Virgo is also a very submissive energy. It's not a dominant energy. It's submissive, right? So I have been using my energy by aligning myself with people who I perceived had more power than me, had more power, more success, more notoriety, and then I would submit myself to their frequencies because I didn't see myself as equitable to them, right? So that's what I had been doing with this energy. Now I'm in the process of seeing myself as the dominant force in my life, as the dominant energy. I used to see others as the dominant energy and sort of just go okay, that's what we're doing. But now I'm the dominant energy. And here's how this works at the bigger level, right? It's the American system, the government has been the dominant force. We have three sections of government. We have a police system. We have education system. So those have been the ways I would give my authority to that way of being. This is how it's done, right? But now I'm no, I'm not going to do that anymore. How will I become self-governing? How will I heal my body according to my own ways of healing my body? Not by doing what the Western world says is the way of doing things, right? How do I have domination in my own field so that I create the structure, the frequency, the tenor, the rhythm? I determine that. And the Virgo energy, as we move into this new age, the Virgo energy is the integrating force. So those of us who have a lot of Virgo placements or are Virgos, we all have Virgo energy somewhere. But it needs to lead the way, because it is the integrating path. It is the path of, we'll take this, we'll leave that. Remember that movie with Steve? Oh gosh, I cannot even remember it. But he was like he's a comedian. He's an older gentleman. He has white hair. And he was like breaking up with his girlfriend. He was like, I'm leaving, and I'm leaving everything, but I'm gonna take this. I'm gonna take my dolls. I'm leaving everything else, but I'm leaving it. But I'm gonna take my earphones, right? So it really is that energy. It's like, what needs to come with you? I cannot remember the name of this movie. If anybody knows the name of this movie, please share it with me. But what needs to come? Steve Martin, yes. But what's the name of the movie? And what needs to come with us and what needs to go? The Jerk, exactly. Thank you. I'm going to go watch it tonight. So we literally are taking with us what needs to come. And it's really discerning what aspects of your personality need to come and what aspects need to stay. Or are you throwing all that shit away? Or are you going to salvage some and take some with you, right? So this is a time where we need to be deeply compassionate to ourselves and others. One of the things that I'm seeing in my life is that my relationships are tricky right now. Like, balancing who I'm becoming and who I've been in relationships where I have played small or been the type to just go along to get along, and now I'm sort of becoming a diva in the relationship. Like, all of a sudden I'm like, oh my God, oh, there's a crown on my head. I'm sorry, I'm the queen. Fuck you. You know what I mean? Like it's happening in the actual moment of it. It's like there's like, like how a werewolf like a man turns into a werewolf at the side of the moon, right? So like now for me at the side of the moon, I'm like turning into like, oh my God, I'm a diva. Oh, I'm the grandest person. Fuck you, right? It's awkward because I'm like, there are things that I'm beginning to care about that I never cared about, or positions and perspectives that I didn't really allow myself, or that I judged or something. And it's like, I'm becoming this other thing. And I'm like, oh, okay, this is awkward, right? So literally, what will we leave? What will we take with us? And then the moon is in Sagittarius. The moon in Sagittarius is our faith, really having faith in yourself. Whatever the vision is, you know what you're up to. You know what you've been called to. You know what you feel inside of you. And here's the thing that's so important right now. It is so important for you to believe in yourself. The greatest trick that this Western reality has played on us is that there are rules and that there are ways to do it to get there. And literally what they've done is just siphoned off all of our energy by saying, you have to function this way and this is the best way to do it. So we literally find ourselves bumping up against our head up against the wall, and you never get it the way you want it to. So most people in this culture are sad and depressed and unhappy because the rules only work for a small percentage of people. But it can work for all of us if we understand that we are in a spiritual journey. We're in our own hero's journey. So when you really align yourself to your divinity, nothing can stop you. It doesn't matter. Even the Western world will work out for you if you understand that at the core of this is your divinity, and you are here to experience your divinity at all costs, no matter what, right? At all costs, I want to experience myself as God. So I will take whatever fucking obstacle course I am given and use this motherfucker and ride it until the fucking wheels fall off, because God will show itself to you and through you in any circumstances. It really doesn't matter. The scriptures say if you take yourself to the highest realms of frequency in heaven, there you shall find God. And if you descend to the darkest pits of hell, even there, the spirits shall surround you. So it doesn't fucking matter, but you got to know that it doesn't matter. You got to know that you can find God everywhere you are, right? So that's the thing, that's the gift in this, right? So Sagittarius is really believing in yourself. Really being able to look at this 3D reality and know that it is not real. It is dead. It doesn't matter. It has no power over you but that which you give it. And so if it's not collapsing to your frequency, you are intertwined in it in a way that still has it playing out in your life. And so the work then becomes to clear the mindset that is keeping this system erected in your reality. And how do you do that? You look at every fucking area of your life. You question everything. And you really do it through this Sagittarius energy, which is about faith in yourself, which is about the adventure, like really being with this thing, like life is a great adventure. I am like, as I study astrology and understand that we do this lifetime many times over. We have done this so many times. There are countless times that we have been here in this earth realm experience as these beings that we are. And when you can convince yourself of the truth of it, when you can really just shake off the old mindset, really every day, day by day, shake it off, shake it off, shake it off. I know that this reality is malleable. I know that this is not a linear experience. I know that, energy is all that there is. I know that I can materialize anything that I desire by focusing on it in my 3D mind reality, and it has to come into manifestation. If you literally live your life from that perspective, no matter what you see, the universe is just like, okay, let's give her what she asking for because she ain't going nowhere, so we're going to just give it to her. So this is what we're up to. This is the level of faith that we have to live in and penetrate the reality, and then what we are holding inside of ourselves will totally come into full manifestation. The sun is in Leo. We only have a few more days, about a week more of the sun being in Leo. But really, this Leo energy is about tapping into your heart, your deepest heart's desires. It is so important for us to give ourselves the feeling to be with our desires. Really feel your desire. So many of us, I know for me, I have been so afraid to be with my desires because the energy of desire is so profoundly big inside of me. It's so overwhelming. It's so, and it's hard to carry. It's just not easy. It's not easy to walk around like that, right? And so we subdue it. We won't allow ourselves to connect onto it, but it is the frequency that tells God that we're here. It's like, I'm waiting. I'm here. That's what your desire is. So you really need to cultivate it from the desires of your heart, right? The desires of your heart. What is it that you feel truly who you are? What is it you're willing to be? All of this is so significant right now because the desire of the heart will build the reality. The heart is the energy that really perpetuates love and community and connection and creativity and all of that. And those are the energies that help us build what we're here to build. So let me just see if there's any comments that I need, if any questions. Okay, so let me see. Oh gosh, okay, all right, so let's see. Same is happening to me. I'm a Leo sun, Cap Moon. Yes, I love that scene. Okay, so the last thing I want to talk about a little bit, Richard Pryor was in that too. Yeah, I think he was in that. Okay, so the last thing I want to say is that Mars is in a trine with Uranus in Taurus. So Mars in Virgo in a trine with Uranus, which means that things can really start to happen really quickly, right? Like lightning changes, like things are gonna really start getting really fast. And it's very important with Uranus is that you stay in a constant state of asking, like really defining your hologram, your reality, right? Is this for me? Yes or no? Do I want this? Yes or no? Does this suit me? Like questioning every experience that you have, because it's a rapid thing, right? And you question your thoughts. Do I want to think this? Because whatever you're thinking, you're going to manifest, right? So you really want to be mindful. And I'm having to really comb through, like, nope, no to that, yes to this, no to that, yes to this, because the manifestation or the realizing of an experience is happening rapidly. So just take responsibility for every thought that you have. Like, turn every thought over. Why am I thinking this? What is the value of this thought? Is this necessary? Will this serve? Is this going to expand me? Will this contract me? Is this connected to where I see myself? Or is this connected to where I've been? You know, really be in the question, because Mars with Uranus is going to manifest really rapidly what it is you're focusing your attention on. So with that, that's all I got. You can sign up for readings. Yeah. All right. I love y'all so much. Somebody said it's hard to negotiate sometimes, or to navigate. Yes, it can be hard. But if you breathe, like do breath work, like really breathe and be honest with yourself. Like really be honest with yourself. Like be willing to dance with your shadow. Be willing to, sometimes I'll just be like, oh, I'm such a fucking bitch. Like I just, I'm really dark. Like I have some places inside of me that are maniacal, and okay, cool. I'm cool with it. You know what I mean? Because here's the thing that's so significant. Whatever we're at odds with, we grow that energy. And if you're not at odds with something, you collapse that energy. So for me, one of the things that I have really worked to collapse is my story around racism, right? Like, and that's why, people come me all the time. What do you mean you voted for Trump? I get it. I understand. But Trump, that white supremacy narrative was a boogeyman of mine. Like I had real fear and anger around it. So I needed to match it in frequency. I needed to find the frequency of it inside of me so that I could neutralize it. There is a mythology, an Egyptian Kemetic mythology, and it says something like, the Nile River was filled with crocodiles, and one person stood on the edge, and they needed to get to the other side of the Nile River. And how do you get to the other side of a river that's filled with crocodiles? You become a crocodile. Anything that we reject, we grow. And so the work becomes looking at the thing that turns your stomach over, that makes you afraid, or that you're rejecting, and do the work to collapse the energy, because then it becomes your power. That's the greatest power, one of the greatest powers that we have as Black people, is because we really can alchemize all of this racist stuff, all of these narratives around racism. But we have to be willing to look at our own resistance to it. We have to understand that the slave and the slave master are different sides of the same coin. That's what we have to understand. So you have to embody the part of you that is slave and master. You have to, in order to neutralize this motherfucking energy, or you're going to always be stuck in the same fucking narratives. You will be stuck in that reality until you neutralize it. So it's this ability to be able to say, okay, where am I slave? Which means, where am I giving my power away? Where am I believing that somebody is doing something to me? Somebody can do something to me. Somebody can create my reality. That's the slave energy. The master is, where do I believe that I can hold somebody else, hold power? What do I believe I'm more special, more significant, better off? We have to hold those polarities inside of yourself. And then when you do, they collapse, they come down, and you become invincible. You become invincible. Okay, so with that, I love y'all so very much. Share the video, and that is it. Yes. Oh, yes. Detox Your Circle said, if it's not collapsing your frequency, then you are too intertwined with it. Absolutely. Okay, y'all. Okay, let me see. Oh, hi from the U.S. Virgin Islands. St. Croix. Oh, yes. Yay. I love that. Okay, I think that's it. Oh, the Kabbalion is everything. I love the Kabbalion. The Kabbalion is just my book. Transcend polarities by seeing the entire spectrum. Yes. Okay, I think that's it. Hi, Rob. How you doing? Okay. All right, I'll see y'all later. Bye.